Right now, you are sitting perfectly still. You're breathing, you're reading, you are not moving an inch. And yet, at this exact second, you are moving at the speed of light, all of you, every atom in your body. And here's the part nobody ever told you. You have never moved at any other speed. Not once. Not for a single instant of your entire life. This isn't a trick of words, and it isn't science fiction. It's the most important fact about you and about everything you have ever seen. So let me show you what's really happening. Because once you understand it, you will never look at the sky, or a clock, or the word now the same way again. Here's the idea that breaks people's brains the first time they hear it. You don't move through space, and you don't move through time. You move through something that stitches the two together, space-time. And everything in the universe travels through space-time at exactly one speed. The same speed, the speed of light, a rock, a galaxy, a sleeping cat, you, all of us, racing through space-time at 300 million meters per second, and none of us can ever slow down or speed up. What changes, the only thing that ever changes, is the direction you point that speed. Right now, almost all of your motion is aimed through time. You are barely moving through space at all, so nearly your entire light speed budget is being spent traveling into the future, 1 second per second. That is what sitting still actually is. It's falling through time at the speed of light. And the moment you start moving through space, you have to borrow some of that speed away from time, which leads to something genuinely strange. Because your total speed through space-time is fixed, every bit of motion you spend on space gets subtracted from your motion through time. Walk across the room and time slows down for you. Just a little, an amount so small you will never feel it. But it is real, and we have measured it. Fly an atomic clock around the world on a plane, and when it lands, it is behind the clocks that stayed home by billionths of a second, exactly as predicted. The satellites over your head right now, the ones running GPS, are moving so fast that their clocks tick slower than yours. If engineers didn't correct for that every single day, the map on your phone would drift off by about 10 kilometers within a day. Your navigation works because we account for the fact that time itself bends with speed. Now push closer to the speed of light, really close, and the effect stops being tiny and becomes monstrous. Travel fast enough, and 1 year for you could be 1,000 years back on Earth. You would step off the ship, still young, into a world where everyone you ever knew is dust. Moving through space is a form of time travel. We are all doing it. Most of us just do it slowly. And this isn't just something we see in labs and on satellites. It is raining down on you right now. High in the atmosphere, cosmic rays slam into the air and create tiny particles called muons, and muons fall apart almost instantly. By every calculation, they should decay long before they could ever reach the ground. And yet they pass through you harmlessly every second of every day. How? Because they are moving so close to the speed of light that their internal clocks are running slow. Time literally stretches out for them, just enough to survive the fall. Nature is proving all of this to you, silently, all the time. Now look up, because the same rule hides a second secret, and this one is staring right back at you. Light is fast, but it is not instant. It takes time to cross a distance, which means every single thing you see, you are seeing as it was in the past, never as it truly is. The screen in front of your face, you see a billionth of a second late. The moon, you see as it was about 1 1/3 seconds ago. The sun you see is 8 minutes and 20 seconds old. If it vanished this instant, you would keep feeling its warmth, keep seeing it shine for 8 more minutes with no possible way to know it was already gone. Step outside at night and it gets stranger. Some of those stars are hundreds, even thousands of years in the past, and a few of them have already died, burned out, collapsed. Their light is still crossing space toward you, so they still shine in your sky. Ghosts that don't know they're dead. And that faint smudge we call Andromeda? That light left its galaxy 2.5 million years ago before your species even existed. And it goes deeper still. Point a powerful enough telescope at the darkness between the stars, and you can see galaxies as they were more than 13 billion years ago, when the universe itself was still young. Look far enough in any direction, and you eventually reach the oldest light there is, the faint afterglow of the Big Bang itself, still arriving after all this time. The further out you look, the further back in time you are seeing. You are not looking at the universe. You are looking at a photograph of it, and every point of light in that photo is a different age. The night sky is not a window, it's a memory. Here is where it stops being about light at all. We call it the speed of light, but that is almost a historical accident. Light just happens to travel at it. What that number really is the speed of cause and effect. The absolute top speed at which anything in the universe is allowed to affect anything else. A push, a signal, a pull of gravity, a piece of news. Nothing, anywhere, ever can travel faster than this. It is the universe's hard speed limit, baked into the fabric of reality itself. A cause can happen here, and the rest of the universe simply has to wait for the news, spreading outward at one fixed speed and never a fraction faster. And that has a consequence almost nobody stops to think about. If the sun disappeared, we wouldn't just see it for 8 more minutes. Earth would keep orbiting the empty space where it used to be for those same 8 minutes, because even gravity cannot deliver the news any faster. The universe has a maximum speed at which reality itself is allowed to update, and you are living inside that delay, always, everywhere. And there's a stranger truth buried in that limit. From light's own point of view, no time passes at all. If you could ride along on a beam of light, the instant you were born would also be the instant you were absorbed on the other side of the universe, billions of years and billions of miles away, experienced as a single timeless moment. Light does not age. It does not wait. The entire history of the cosmos, from one end to the other, happens for it in no time whatsoever. Speed and time are so tightly linked that at the ultimate speed, time simply stops. Which brings us to the strangest idea of all. The one that quietly takes apart something you have believed your entire life. You think there is a now, this exact moment happening everywhere at once, across the whole universe. There isn't, because no information can travel faster than that cosmic speed limit. The word now simply cannot reach across space. Ask what is happening right now on a planet a billion light years away, and the universe has no answer to give you. Worse, 2 people moving differently through space can disagree about which of 2 events happened first, and both of them are correct. Picture 2 flashes of light, one on a distant world, and one right here on ours. To you, they happen at the very same instant. To someone flying past you, one of them clearly happened first, and neither of you is wrong. The order of the events themselves depends on how you are moving. There is no master clock ticking for everything. There is no single present moment that all of us are sharing. Your now is a tiny bubble, stretching only as far as you can see, and every other person, every planet, has their own. We feel like we are all living together in the same instant. We are not. Each of us is alone inside our own slice of time. And here is the final twist, the one that flips the whole thing over. This entire time we have been calling light impossibly fast. On the scale of your life, it is. It could circle the whole Earth 7 times in a single second. But zoom out, and that same light is agonizingly, almost heartbreakingly slow. It takes over 4 years just to reach the nearest other star. To cross our own galaxy, one galaxy out of trillions, light needs 100,000 years. And the universe is so vast and stretching apart so fast that there are galaxies out there whose light will never reach us. Not ever. The empty space between us is growing faster than their light can cross it. Whole worlds we are permanently cut off from, not because they are hidden, but because the universe is simply too enormous for its own speed limit. The fastest thing that exists is still far too slow to ever show us everything. So come back to where you started, sitting still, reading this. Nothing about you has changed except now you know. You are hurtling through space-time at the speed of light, pouring almost all of it into time instead of space, falling into your own future 1 second at a time. Every face you have ever seen, you saw in the past. Every star is a different age, and some of them are already gone. And the now you thought you were sharing with the whole world was only ever yours. We spend our entire lives feeling like we are standing perfectly still, at the center of one single shared present moment. And that turns out to be the one thing we were never doing. You were moving at the speed of light this whole time. You just didn't know it. Now you do. You have always been sitting at the exact center of everything you can see, wrapped in a bubble of the past that follows you wherever you go. The speed of light was never just something out there in the stars. It is the reason you experience the world the way that you do, the invisible rule quietly shaping every moment you have ever lived. And you will feel it now, quietly, every single time you look up.